Let's start exercise 4, understanding the workings of brute force attack. So in this lab, we are going to make sure that your firewall is running, which is rare, and the web server is also logged in and running. So I clicked on the web server, and I've already pressed Control or Delete as part of the previous exercise, and I was able to log in. Now we are going to the attacker machine, which is in Ubuntu. I've already logged in as Bob and entered this password. And in this scenario, 10.10.10.16, the web server, that is what we're going to attack. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a new terminal. Right click, open terminal, and I'm going to type sudo su. That is to become root, and the password is user at 123, and I've become root. And the password you type will not be visible. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and scan port number 21. So in the previous exercise, we scanned generally on an IP. Now we are going to focus on a specific port number. Nmap-p 21 10.10.10.16 and press enter. So we see that the port number 21 is open. Okay, it's an FTP server that is hosted on the VM. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and connect to it with FTP. So FTP space 10.10.10.16 space 21 and press enter. Connected. Okay, to the Microsoft FTP service. Now it's asking me for the name. So name, let's type admin. That is something which is always common, right? Password required for admin. Do we know the password? We don't know. We can type admin as the password. Login failed. So we don't know the password. Okay, so we are going to just go ahead and exit. So we know there was a user called admin, but we have no idea about the password. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use a tool called Hydra to brute force. So what this Hydra does is it takes two files. Word.txt contains a list of username and pwt.txt contains a list of password. So we're going to brute force attack a bunch of usernames and password. Now, where are they located? Let's open up the Explorer here. Under Home, you will see pwd.txt and wordtext.txt. So we are going to actually copy them from the home folder, and then we are going to move them to the desktop. Okay, so go to desktop, right click, and paste. So the files are available in the desktop. So let's go back to the terminal. So we are already on the desktop on the terminal. Okay, so I'm going to say Hydra hyphen capital L, which contains a login username, wrd.txt, hyphen capital P, the password, which is pwd.txt, and the target I'm going to do is ftp ://10.10.10.16. Okay, and then press enter. It is going to try and attack. There was an login that says administrator and admin at 123, and it worked. Okay, so that is one of the password we just cracked. Now what we're going to do is we're going to now connect to the FTP 10.10.10.16 on port number 21. It's asking me for a username, right? ADMINISTRATOR, and the password is ADMIN at 123. Press enter. Here we go. The user is logged in. We just did a brute force attack and tried various username and password, and we found what is a valid username and password. I'm going to quit. Enter the password identified. So the password is admin at 123. And click on score. So that brings us an end to the final exercise of the lab, network attack and defense strategies. Okay, so the lab name was understanding the working of brute force attack. So that's the last exercise in this lab. I'm going to go ahead and click on next, and I'm going to click on submit. Are you sure you want to submit for grading? I'm going to click on yes, and it should score all my markings, and I got 4 out of 4. Good. That's end of lab number 1. Thank you.